just guys, it's nearly last and welcome. In this video, what we're going to be doing is another class setup video. This time, guys, we're going to be focusing on the post-patch Vesper. Now, this particular gun has been nerfed to death from Treyarch. It was the #1 SMG in the game. Personally, for me, it's not. I would have to say that it's going to have to go to the VMP with a Kuda a close second. But this gun can still work, it can still shine. It just needs the right type of class setup and also needs the right type of playing style to make this gun work just as effectively as what it did before. So let's first of all look at the kind of attachments that I'm actually running with. Now I'm going to be going with quick draw. Now this is highly important because we're going to be playing in the pocket, playing into people's spawn, and also for the fact that we are not going to be running fast hands in this particular class setup. So quick draw is the only thing that's going to help and benefit us from trying to get this weapon up as quickly as we possibly can, because as soon as we get up into these enemy spawn systems, we want to be melting them away, you know, using this fire rate to the best of its ability. So for me personally, quick draw is a little bit of a must. Then we're going to be going with grip, because if there's one thing that we know from the actual patch, the recoil on this gun is horrendous. It really is, especially when you're shooting out even out to those medium ranges. This gun will lift up. You can try and compensate that by dropping down on your thumbstick as well as using grip. That is the best way that I can highly suggest that you're doing it. But grip is pretty essential in trying to help try and control this particular weapon. Then we're going to be moving on to the next one. Now that is going to be stock. Now we want to be strafing around corners, especially if you're trying to play up hard point. People might be sitting in, camping in particular corners, waiting for the hard points to move. It could even be anything down to team deathmatch where people are just sitting around waiting for people to just drop past. Now the fact that we can actually get this weapon up into ADS, straight around the corner as fast as possible, then we can use the fire rate on this gun to the maximum of its ability, and it works effectively well, because as soon as you can get in there, get up into ADS, as soon as you've got someone locked on in close quarters, this gun will absolutely melt them away. So stock is a very good attachment to be sticking on. Then we're going to be going with extended mags. Now obviously, if you're going to be playing, say, an objective-based game mode, hardpoint domination, things like that, you might be coming across multiple enemies. You might even find that in team deathmatch and stuff like that. Now, this gun will cycle through bullets at a very fast rate, as we know. So, for me personally, extended mags is a bit of a must, because if you come across 2, maybe 3 enemies at once, it's going to be very hard to actually down those particular enemies if you do not have extended mags on. Because even if you put fast mags on, you still got to then stop, reload, even though it is quite quick, but you still got to hesitate for those couple of seconds to actually reload and then start shooting once again. So for me personally, my preference would definitely have to be extended mags on this one. But that is all the attachments that I would suggest sticking on. I wouldn't stick on long barrel. I know the range on this particular gun, but for the actual playing style and the way that we're actually going to be playing, we're not going to be needing that whatsoever. We're not going to worry about long barrel or anything else like that. These are the kind of attachments for the kind of playing style that we're going to be using for this particular one. Then we're going to be going with ghosts, because what we're going to be doing is flanking up and around, which is going to try and get up into the pocket, try and work out where people are, get up into their spawns. We definitely don't want them to know where we're coming from, and then as soon as we start firing, we can then drop off into different positions. Then for perk 2, we're going with scavenger. Now this for me personally is the best way to go because of the bullets, the way it cycles through. If you want to be using this weapon all the time, you're definitely going to need to stick that on. Then we're going to be going with dead silence as well. Now for me personally, this is another personal preference. You can swap it out, especially if you're playing hardpoint for tactical mask and maybe things like that, but hearing those footsteps silent, being able to play up into the spawn, working out where people are is very essential for me. But coming up on your screen now is the actual class setup for you guys to go and try. Now, bear in mind, this kind of playing style that you want to be using, you want to be playing quite aggressive. You want to be getting up into the enemy spawns and everything else like that. You don't want to have to worry about sticking long barrel or anything else like that, because we're not going to be concentrating on trying to shoot out to those medium to long ranges. We're going to be dropping it into little places, little corridors, dropping into little corners, stuff like that, trying to catch people by surprise. We're not going to be trying to worry about trying to engage people in those medium to long ranges. It's just a complete waste of time with this gun and the recoil that it does have as well. So for me personally, I just play it nice and tight, keep it up into the enemy spawns, dropping out, just dropping into little rooms and stuff like that, and then this gun will excel, and it is the best way forward, because this gun still is an absolute melting machine once you get up into those close quarters. But anyway guys, I hope you'll enjoy this little rundown. Like I say, this class setup will work on pretty much anything. It doesn't have to be hardpoint, but for me personally, this is where this gun kind of like shines, because you can just go into a hardpoint and just melt people away with the extended mags attachment onto this particular gun. But coming up on my screen now is my subscribe button. Make sure you're jumping on that for me, guys. And guys, if you smash that like button for me as well and support my channel, it'd be even better. This is nearly last, and I'll catch you later.